Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is Jasmine, I Only Believe. I just wanted to come on here and encourage somebody today because God is saying, come forth. Those that are hidden, those that are scared to walk into their calling, those that are scared of what people are going to think about you, those that are scared about what people are going to say about you, those that are scared of being ashamed, those that are scared, those that are afraid. God told me, just like he told me, I'm going to encourage you. He said, do not be afraid, but only believe. Do not be afraid of their faces when you see them, for I will put my words in your mouth. And I remember one time I had just came from church and I went somewhere and I parked and I was just worshiping God and I was just meditating. And he was like telling me, he was like, it's time for you to come to the front. You know, you're in the back encouraging everybody else. You're in the back cheering everybody else on. You on YouTube all up in everybody else comments encouraging them. But you won't come to the front and talk and say what I have told you to say. You won't come to the front to minister. You won't come to the front to tell you what I've told you to say. You won't come to the front for the simple fact of fear. You won't come to the front for the simple fact of what they might say. And I just want to encourage you today to come to the front. It was one night I was praying and it was a verse in Isaiah. I'm sorry if I don't know all the verses off rip of my head. I'll put them in the description, but God was telling me, it was so loud and clear. He said, I did not reject you, but I chose you. And the reason why it spoke to me so loud was because I've dealt with rejection so much. And God was telling me that when they reject you, they're rejecting yourselves. They're rejecting me. I did not reject you. I chose you. So forget what they think. Forget about them people. Do what I called you to do. Be who I called you to be. Come out. It's time for you to come out. And, you know, stay. And I also encourage that you stay around people who can build you up. That you stay around people that can encourage you. If they're not really helping you spiritually and you trying to go forward, drop them. And I'm saying that because, you know, I just did a transition. I just moved from Germany. My husband is military. I just moved from Germany, and you know, I was looking for a new church home here. But the whole time that I was in Germany, I had a church family. So I was constantly in prayer, constantly at church, constantly around people that were encouraging me, that were praying for me, that was building my spirit up, where I could, you know, stay focused. And I could immediately see the difference when I got here because I was by myself. So when I got here, I started looking for a church. Even before I got here, I was looking for a church. And check this out. Before I got here, I was looking for a church, right? And I looked at church up online. I went on YouTube, but I was listening to today's sermon. Everything about the church, you know, growing up, I grew up in mega churches. So that was the typical church. I'm like, okay, this looked like the usual church that I'm used to. So let me go check it out. You know, they had the cafe bar, the big stadium church, whatever you want to call it, right? And I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just saying this is just my perception of how God showed it to me. So I get here and I'm looking up the church. And it's not that it's a bad church or anything like that. It's none of that. But it's all about the plan that God has for you and where he wants to place you. And so I looked at church up and all that when I got here, and my spirit was just not sitting right. But then I heard my mom in the back of my mind when she came to visit me. She was like, ooh, it's an international church over here. Now, it was not that same international church that she showed me, but that word international popped up in my head. So I'm like, let me look up some international churches that's near me. Looked up the international churches. It was this one church that I kept seeing that. When I seen it, I was like, this is the one. This is the one. This is the one. Didn't know what the inside of the church looked like. Didn't know nothing. I just read on there the description, what they were about. And my spirit said, go. This is the one. So on that Sunday, I was trying to watch it online, but the link wasn't working or something like that. So I saw that they had corporate prayer. I was like, oh, they got corporate prayer? I'm in there like swimwear. Like, I'm about to be there. So got up early this morning, went to the corporate prayer. Every time I'm trying to talk, my voice starts doing this. I did it in the last video. When I start praying, then I start coughing. Excuse me. But yes, got up, went to corporate prayer. And before that, I kept having this vision with the mic in my hand. And I'm like, why would I be talking the first time me being there? Like, anyway, so get to the corporate prayer, immediately, I felt the love of God. Sat down. It's not a big church. It's a small church. So God is teaching me something. God is teaching me something. You know, what he's doing for me, what he is doing in my life is not something that I'm used to. I'm used to the bigger churches. And he's saying, no. This is where I want to place you. This is where I want you to, this is where I want you. It's not about the amount of people. It's not about how big the church is. It's about my purpose for your life. It's about the souls. It's about where you're needed. It's about where you're needed. So I got in there. I was praying. I got that release that I needed. And I'm just like, I am in awe. I'm in awe with God. I just have no words. If it's anything I can say, all I can say is just literally thank you. Like, all I can say is thank you. Because when God does something, it's not like anybody else can do it. Nobody can do what God can do for you. How you imagine it is not how he is going to do it. He's going to do it. And our ways are not his ways. Our thoughts are not his thoughts. So I just want to encourage you today that if you are hiding, if you are afraid, I encourage you to come out and step out. Because God is waiting for you. The people are waiting for you. Somebody needs what you have inside of you. I remember before I left Germany, one of my sisters said, she pulled me to the side and she said, whatever you're praying in your secret time, the people need that. It's time for you to bring that out. And that stuck with me because I was always the one to be doing warfare and praying in my house. But then when I see somebody, I be real scared to be like, oh yeah. Because, you know, I feel like when people see me, because, you know, I'm 27, but I'm still young. And it's like, I feel like when people see me, the first thing that they're not going to think in their mind, like, oh, she's spirit-filled, she loved God. They're not going to think that. You know, maybe because I don't look like it. I don't know. But I was just dealing with that. God was just dealing with me on that. And it's really just not about how you look, you know. I just thank God for where he's removing me from, with the mindsets that he's removing me from, the thought process that he's removing me from, the fear that he's removing me from, that he's really calling me out and pulling me out. You know, I started this channel 2 years ago. I was supposed to have been posted, I don't know how many videos by now, but I wouldn't post. I wouldn't post because I was scared of what I was saying was wrong. I was scared of what I was saying might not be right, that it might offend somebody, that, you know, but it was my testimony, it was my truth, and it was what God was telling me, you know. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just for me, it's not for everybody. No, what's for me might be for everybody, because what God is doing for me is for me to help somebody else. Now, I do believe in, like, you having your own personal time where God's speaking to you personally. But I do believe that, also believe that the things that you go through is for you to help somebody else. It's not about just you. So I just really just want to encourage the ones that are hidden, the ones that feel ashamed to, openly confess that Jesus Christ is Lord of your life. Do not be ashamed of that, baby, because he is the only one that can help you. He is the only one that can help you. The people that's making fun of you are miserable, and pray for them. I'm not saying come out and then try to prove a point. I'm saying come out humbly. Come out humbly. Stay connected to people that can help you. Get in the church. Ask, and don't just get in any church. Ask God to lead you. Ask God to place you. Ask God to send you locators. Ask God to send you divine helpers. Ask God, and he will do it. So I just want to encourage you in that today. Hope y'all have a blessed day. I'm feeling pumped up. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling like I just got poured into. I'm back on fire, and I'm ready. I'm ready. So anyways, love y'all. Bye.